Hello everyone. It's a great pleasure to have this chance to report the development of a digital fission track analysis training module that we've been working on for past few months during the lockdown. My name is Ling Chung, currently working at the Melbourne Thermochronology Research Group as a research fellow and fission track dating specialist. The module I'm about to introduce is made possible by Fission Track Studio. For those who haven't come across with this, it's a cross-platform software suite that is specialized for microscope control and image stack acquisition, using the first component TrackWorks, and the second component FastTracks enables Z-stack images captured in TrackWorks to be viewed in a way that is similar to viewing under a real microscope. Users can perform image analysis automatically or manually offline, without spatial and time restrictions. This suite has been used extensively in our routine work and intra-laboratory training over the past 6 years or so. Originally, the lab-based training for students and scholars who can physically make the trips start from grain mount preparation for Durango apatite. And trainee is then asked to count 7 sets of pre-imaged mica, Durango, and the fish count tooth apatite. Using FastTracks. In this step, they will practice grain selection, track identification, and track counting. The next and the core exercise is to challenge 20 unknown samples and the 3 California irradiated lens mounts, capturing images of selected grains and the lens using TrackWorks, and then carry out laser ICP-MS analysis afterwards. Semi-automatic image analysis of images captured is carried out along with previous practice to produce essential data for age calculation and thermal modeling. Throughout the course, data obtained from each stage and their reproducibility against results from more senior analysts is constantly reviewed. Trainees are asked to complete all steps before they can start processing their own samples. It is undeniable that lab-based training experience is unreplaceable, but as the unprecedented 2020 situation, visiting other labs may not be easy due to various restrictions. Our aim is to use the experience learned from the lab routine to develop an image-based approach to deliver a traditionally labor-intensive training to the analyst computer. With the digital training module, we have eliminated the equipment involved steps and put up a package that contains a wealth of images by including a mixture of suitable and unsuitable grains. Grain selection can be executed even without access to a microscope and a sample mount. We include 2 sets of mica and over 400 grains, and the images potentially contains over 500 measurable confined track lenses for trainees to practice. Here, I'd like to give more details about the unknown samples in this module. Apart from the 2 most commonly used apatite standards, a further 6 apatites are also included in this training package. They have distinct chemical compositions and track length distributions and were obtained from a variety of geological settings. We are also planning to incorporate more sedimentary samples in the future. This component can be expanded or modified as it evolves. All the samples provided have been used for intra-laboratory training at Melbourne over the past 6 years and have been measured by multiple trainees, showing pretty good reproducibility. Images of 2 samples used in previous inter-laboratory studies are part of the exercise for data quality evaluation. Through working on these 2 samples, trainees can compare their result with other labs participating in these previous studies. Again, we include many unsuitable grains in image collections for grain selection purpose. A brief sum up here. Overall, there are 3 main components in this module. The first component is a series of grain and confined track lenses images. They are grouped into 4 sections, and each serves different training purpose. Secondly, A folder contains recommended analytical solutions. These files have been examined by at least 2 experienced analysts, and the results were reproduced well with published data where applicable. The last component is a list of recommended reading and online resources covering background knowledge and age calculation, as well as the thermal modeling sectors for trainees to study on their own pace. This package is stored in a cloud platform for easy access worldwide and is ready to be distributed. After downloading the folder, which may take some time, the module is carried out primarily throughout FastTracks software. A comprehensive user manual is included in the package showing trainees all the essential operations and the tricks they need to know. In FastTracks, the captured Z-stack can be zoomed in and out at wishes and scrolled to give a focusable image. Observations can also be switched between transmitted and reflected light, or these 2 modes can be overlaid using different degrees of transparency. The user can carry out a series of measurements starting from region of interest determination. There are a couple of ways to quickly do this, like defining an area directly or by shrinking a distance away from the grain boundary. The next step is to perform auto-analysis sequence, including auto-track counting, automatically defining the z-axis, D part. If a confined track length is available from the grain, which is really lucky, and track length measurement can be performed here as well, and be exported to length-specific file, which is different from the counting data. With the assist of a separate window showing the z-depths across section of the feature, users can potentially provide analysis with more systematic criteria. After familiarizing themselves with using the software, trainees are then led to complete a series of carefully designed exercises to acquire the various skills in Fission Track counting. In addition, an EDM submodule, which contains images of age standards from 2 irradiation cans, allows user calculating their own user-specific zeta calibration through analysis of images of apatite and mica sample pairs and their co-irradiated external detectors from standard glasses. And after all the hard work, trainees can compare their manually corrected data with solutions provided in the module, simply by loading the solution file to FastTracks using a new additional available in FastTracks version 3, the training mode. This mode allows a user to compare the result of their own analysis of a set of images in FastTracks with those previously obtained by an expert Fission Track analyst. The previous analysis is loaded as a solution file using the manual item Import Solution in the training menu. The system then automatically compares the 2 sets of results and highlights any differences between them for correction, comments, or discussion. The highlighted features are marked with a colored circle, which indicates which of several different kinds of discrepancy have been detected by the software. This is particularly a convenient feature for newly trained Fission trackers to raise questions during practice. Furthermore, the exported single grain and length data also allow comparison made on a grain by grain and length by length basis. Following this proposed training sprint, researchers have the options to outsource sample preparation, image capture, and the laser ICP-MS analysis to laboratories equipped with adequate hardware and software. Samples will be returned in electronic form to the newly trained analyst for digital analysis and data interpretation. The advance of this digital training module could potentially make this method more achievable for geoscientists globally currently without either these capacities or access to laboratory overseas. What we are proposing here is a training module specific for remote learning. By using a virtual microscope equivalent software, users can carry out the exercise anytime, everywhere. The goal is to equip researchers with the confidence and the skill to produce reliable and reproducible analysis. We understand that all the labs have their own recipes in terms of training. This module is currently being tested on both experienced conventional Fission Track analysts and totally untrained students. We are hoping to reach a version of much improved content and usability in a later stage. Finally, I'd like to thank all the group members who have contributed to making the training module as it is now. Thank you.